Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Mixed Doubles World Cup. This is promising to be a wonderful race. We've had two rounds of the mixed doubles so far. One in Lillehammer, the second one in Oberhof. And this is a decider right here in PyeongChang. My name is Mark Hatton. I'm joined here by Veronica Ravenna of Team Argentina. And Veronica, I mean, this is just such a wonderful addition to our sport.
Yeah, I find these races so exciting, and I'm super, super excited to be here, especially for the mixed events. They're thrilling from start to finish. There's a gate, there's a pad, it's connected, combined times. It's amazing.
And this is an amazing graphic of the track. We see 119 kilometers an hour, estimated maximum speed. I mean, tell us a little bit about this track.
Yeah, I think now maybe we'll see a little bit of a POV, but you have a pretty, not a super hard start, but it is tight. And then the first couple corners drop a lot. And then you're setting yourself up for that. Even though it looks straight, it's not straight. That 9, 10, 11 transition. And that finish corner is after corner 16, which is an uphill corner. Here's the POV. So the first little bit, it doesn't look like it just because it's big corners, but you get cooking down those speeds. And then you're trying to perfect that, like you're trying to set up perfect for 9, which we'll see here in a second. And this doesn't go straight. It turns left, it turns right, it drops. And then you're trying to set yourself up for that 15, 16 transition, which is another really difficult one. And it is uphill, it's steep. It leaves no room for error, otherwise you're just cutting into all your time. And then that nice big finish, which is always full of lovely, lovely Korean spectators. There was schools there earlier today. They're just so excited to have us there, and it's a perfect way to end a run.
Wow, yes, absolutely. And it's a beautiful track to come to. It looks like the ice has got significantly colder. We started the day at -2. We're now to ice temperature of -4.7, but still a relatively balmy 5.3 degrees centigrade. So we see the track crew working the track here. 1,202 meters and 13 curves for these doubles teams to negotiate down the track at this 8th EBERSPÄCHER Luge World Cup here in PyeongChang. And I mean, it's just such a great place to come to. As we see our start list, starting off with Latvia, Seviks, Mikelsevics, and Lukas Krasts, joined by Marta Robetniec and Kritia Bogdanova. And they are going to be opening the account for us in just a few minutes. It looks like the local organizing committee have got a schools program going on, which is just so great to see, to introduce a whole new generation to our fantastic sport.
Yeah, and you see the excitement in the kids' faces. And I mean, most of us, honestly, we started through programs like this. We came to watch luge. We maybe came to try it. We were young kids. We loved sledding, but didn't know too much more. And they're having the time of their lives, and it's amazing. It's so nice to finish a run, whether it's good or bad, and have a crowd there cheering for you. It makes the environment.
It really does. And we're going to be deciding the overall winners of the mixed today. So this is a World Cup final in itself. The last mixed race of the season, currently leading at Germany 2 in the standings, followed by Germany 1. And then in third place in the standings is Austria. So it's going to be incredibly tight racing. Those three teams only separated by 33 points. As we see our first pairing of the day, this is Team Latvia 2. And this is Seviks, Mikelsevics, and Krasts. These guys had a good week in Whistler. Seviks, Mikelsevics, they came 7th in the last mixed doubles race. As we look to get going on what looks like slightly harder ice than we had earlier.
Yeah, the temperature is dropping, and I feel like maybe the track refrigeration is on because the ice keeps getting harder and harder. I mean, the doubles wouldn't have slid today. They would have slid yesterday. So compared to the singles, they don't have that advantage of having tried the ice before.
And it definitely got a little spicy out of curve 9 for a lot of our doubles teams yesterday. As Latvia 2 get us going into the track. This is Edward Sevics Mikelsevic and Lucas Kress getting us going for the day. And looking good here, Veronica, looking smooth.
Yeah, they're looking nice and solid. 9 is quite difficult on a double sled because the center of gravity is that much higher, and any little jiggles, it's super hard to control. That was decent.
Yeah, a little bit of tap dancing, but getting away with it down that straightaway. Just getting lifted up on the exit, which throws them early to 13, but a nice line into 14, having to keep it flat through the middle of 14. Let's see if they get that middle entrance to 15. And they do, but they get some right direction, so they've got to work all the way up the hill. And this is where it gets interesting. Got to hit that touchpad, opening up the gates up the top at latest starts to release Marta Lebetsniec and Kitya Bogdanova.
Yeah, luckily this isn't a super hard finish. We have some tracks where, you know, it's quite a fight for the paddle. I don't think it's going to be too much drama at the paddle this time. But once they hit that paddle, they open the gate for the women's doubles to go. And the time keeps going. It doesn't stop. So they have to make sure that they pull as soon as the gate opens, but not too soon. If you touch the gate, you're disqualified.
Just dropping the anchors down the straightaway, this Latvian second team, as they keep control of the sled. Little skid into 14, that's going to cost them, but they keep the sled well on track. Very early to 15 again, that's going to cost them feet down. The Latvian team having a few problems through the bottom section of this track, but coming through the finish, hitting the finish pad. And we have an opening time of 1:38.902 from Latvia 2.
And if you see the force, they hit that pad so hard that the sticker flew off. It is hard. My hands were burning after the last mixed event. You don't really notice it, but if you're going 115 kilometers an hour and you smack, even though it's not very thick, it's not soft.
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, we saw incredible drama last week in Whistler, as we're seeing drama on the screen here as well out of 9. But last week in Whistler, I think David Nursler of Germany crossing the finish line and having a few problems coming up that steep outrun in Whistler and trying to hit the pad with his foot and just missing. But incredible bravery from David Nursler last week, carrying that nasty leg injury that has been plaguing him for the last few weeks. As we move back to the double start, and here we have our Ukrainian team of Ihor Hoy and Nazari Kachmar.
Yeah, they're there. As you see the women's doubles behind them, they don't have a lot of time. They have that one run from the men's doubles to put their sled down and clip in, because the double sleds are actually, the top person is clipped in, as you see the straps there hanging off of her double sled. And sometimes, you know, the clips aren't super easy and you have to get ready to pull a start all in under 50 seconds. It's a lot to ask of the women's doubles.
Yeah, it really is. It takes a lot of just fiddling about, doesn't it, to get into a double sled and to get out.
Yeah, there are some. I wonder if the Polish girls doubles, they actually get on the ice before the men's doubles have pulled off.
Interesting tactic, which obviously would cool your steels down a little bit unnecessarily, but make sure you don't have any mistakes getting ready, any wardrobe malfunctions. As we move to Ukraine, and we're already in the red, coming up to the 24 split, looking like they're going to be behind at their split, but not looking bad, Hoy and Kachmar here.
Yeah, the run is looking decently clean. Some feet down out of 9. That's kind of expected with the harder ice, but nothing major, I would say.
I would say it seems to be par for the course right now for the doubles out of 9. It's incredibly challenging, and you know, a little bit of tap dancing isn't taking away too much, because it seems like almost all the teams are doing it as they come through 16. Got to reach that touchpad, and they do, releasing Olena Stetskev and Alexandra Mock.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that run was 1.5 seconds behind the Latvian, but I mean, you know, you never know what setup the Latvian team had, and yeah, it comes down to 2 runs combined, and the girls here are putting down a pretty clean run. I believe the top driver was here before, but obviously in singles, not doubles.
And a lovely exit curve 9 from Elena Stetskiv and Alexandra Mock. There as we come, just hanging on to the exit there, bumping early onto 13, skidding into 14. That's going to cost them some time as they're back by 1.8 seconds at this point.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that 9 was beautiful. Unfortunately, they weren't able to keep that momentum going, but they touched the pad and they're in second place.
Second place for Ukraine. That means Latvia 2 are our current leaders with a combined time of 1:38.902. A big gap between Ukraine and Latvia there, but solid sliding, all sliders down, as we will move up to the top of the track in just a few short minutes, where we will welcome Romania to the track, and this is Tudor Handelic and Sebastian Motska coming up.
And it's lovely to see, you know, normally in singles or in doubles, when you come down the finish, it's you and your partner, but here you have the other half of your team waiting for you, and good run or bad run, they're always there, which is super nice and refreshing.
Absolutely, it's such a great addition to our sport. I feel it's quick, it's exciting, it's got the touchpad, it's got the gates, it's got everything. And what I love about this doubles, well, this mixed event, is the fact that you can mix teams from other nations. For example, you know, one I'm really looking forward to watching in the singles is Alex Falazza and Natalie Mark.
Yeah, those are two incredibly strong athletes on their own, and put them together, I think they're challenging the best of the best.
Absolutely, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Australia and Switzerland, they'll be coming up after the mixed doubles, but let's concentrate on the mixed doubles for now. This is Romania, and this is Tudor Handelic and Sebastian Motska.
And I am loving their suits. In a very early interview that I did on my very first days of luge, and they asked me why I chose luge, and I said I love all the different suits and styles. So I'm happy to see these cool, innovative, going back to their traditional designs and roots for their suits.
Big, heavy exit there, out of 5 though for the Romanian team. So the sled just slapped down heavily.
Yeah, they're
skidding sideways out of 9. They're going to have to get it back under control. Great reaction time from Tudor Handelic there. Really getting that sled. It's going pretty well. Very late into 14, high in the entrance, big leap. And they're skidding into 15, hitting a short wall, and they're over. Going up into 16. Will they cross the finish line though? They may cross the finish line. I doubt they'll make the touchpad. But it looks like it's going to be close. And they just come up short by a couple of meters. Oh, such bad luck for Handelic, and so happy to see they're okay after hitting that short wall out of 15, which looked very nasty as Raluca Stramateroru and Mihaela Malulescu unclip, thankfully with a smile on their face.
Yeah, as they're going uphill when they hit that wall, we'll see if they do the replay. You have negative G, so they touch that wall and you'll see their sled just kind of lift up and flip over, which is, there's not much you can do at that point.
See, this is where some of the problems started, but he dealt with that incredibly well, I thought. But this entrance to 15, just skidding out, dropping out, and then just passengers uphill and hitting that short wall very hard. But these doubles races, like all lugers, but especially doubles races, are made of tough stuff. Bad luck for the Romanians there, a DNF. They were currently sitting in 9th place in the overall standing, so that's going to put a bit of a dent in that 9th place. We'll maybe see them drop out of the top 10 overall, unfortunately. But Latvia still are leaders.
Yeah, and it's great. We saw the Romanian doubles walk away, so after a crash, that's all you can really hope, is you just hope that they're healthy, in one piece, and ready to go for next week.
You couldn't have put it any better. It's so important to see them walk away from those big high-speed crashes that we've been seeing. So we go to Latvia 1. Now, Latvia 1 currently sitting in 4th place in the overall standings, and these guys, Martins Bots, Roberts Plume, just had a wonderful season, haven't they?
Yeah, they are a doubles team that they started a couple seasons ago kind of breaking through, and now they're making themselves known, and they're a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Sixth place in the World Championships last week in Whistler, so making the small podium.
Oh, we see the bottom man with a rare red visor. It's usually just the German team that have that, so it's interesting to see him with it as well.
I like the different coloured visors. I think the sport needs a little bit of a few differentiators between the teams rather than the clear visors. As Latvia 1 get us going again. This is our fourth sled to get down out of 9 today and straight into the green for Botsenplume.
Yeah, the Latvian team are strong starters, especially this sled. So I'm not surprised that they're in the green. And they're looking pretty solid. We'll see what happens out of 9, but this is a pretty nice run.
Pushing the position all the way there.
Nice. They are absolutely killing it so far. You know, these are doubles that they know what to do. They know how to tackle any track. And we see them coming through here out of 15 and straight into 16. This was, I think, one of the better runs so far.
And releasing their next sled of Ander Upete Zana Kaluma. Solid contact on the pad there from Botsenplume as Ander Upete and Jana Kaluma get us going again, still in the green. We're going to see at that next split by how much, but a very, very solid run from Botsenplume.
Yeah, that was an amazing run, and Anda again is an amazing pilot, so let's see how they're putting it down. They keep gaining time straight out of 9.
Bit of a flat line through 9, but working well for them. For Latvia 1 here, as we see them go from 13 to 14. Good line through 14, nice and flat through 14, but just a little early to 15, having to correct there.
Oh, but they keep picking up time, and I would not be surprised. They're going to stay in the green for sure.
In the green by a significant amount. That's 6 tenths in the lead ahead of their compatriots, Latvia 2. That's Latvia 1, our new leaders, as expected. The currently sitting, as I said, 4th place in the world standings, and not much separating those top 4 teams in the overall.
Both of those teams had good, clean runs. So I think they're going to be contenders for the tops for sure. There was not a lot I would change, honestly.
I think you just saw Botsenplume just hanging on the end of 12 there. That's affected a lot of our athletes, which gave them that early bump onto 13, which can cost quite a lot. But other than that, very, very good sliding from both Latvian pairings.
And you see them push back. They're trusting their lines. They're trusting their driving.
That was an interesting shot. I didn't actually realize at full speed how close to that left wall they were. And Martins Bots really had to reach across to get the touchpad. But hit the touchpad, he did, and Latvia won our new leaders. As we move back up to the start, and is Italy, and this is Ivan Nagler and Fabian Malier, twinned with Andrea Vota and Marian Oberhoff.
The Italian team, they're really going to be pushing. They're going to be trying to get up there, but they know the Latvians. The Latvians are amazing sliders, and you know it takes the best to beat the best.
And Italy currently in 5th place in the overall standings, so just behind Latvia. So this should be very tight racing. Nagna Malier getting us going for Italy. I've been really impressed with these guys. Young, but really, really hungry. Honestly,
they started doubles when I was in juniors, and they've been a household name since then. I remember they were always in the top 6 when we were younger. And they're incredible double sliders. They just know how to work together.
I think that's one of the best men's exit 9 we've seen, but still getting picked up on the exit of 12. That makes it tricky for them through this bottom section, and they're back by 0.08 of a second.
But they're fighting, and they got some nice height out of 15. And we'll see. They're going to stay in the red, but I think they're going to close it up quite a bit.
Opening the gates there for Andrea Vota and Marian Oberhofer. So Italy playing catch up to Latvia 1.
These girls last season, they were absolute powerhouses. So they know they have the speed in them. So we'll see this run. They're just trying to stay relaxed and trying to go with the flow, I think is the vibe for the track this time. And a
Managing
nice,
to stick it out of 9. Great sliding there from Werter Oberhofer as we go through the bottom section. Very flat line through 13, but still dropping back. They're back by almost 0.2 of a second. So we need to do something special out of 15. That's a beautiful 15-16 transition.
I love that height 15-16, and they hit the pad. Oh.
Destroying the pad as they come through the finish line. That is Andrea Werter, Marian Oberhofer of Team Italy, putting Italy into second place behind Latvia 1.
They had really nice, clean runs. I really liked the girls' 15. They got that height. They needed the height, and they weren't afraid of it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the better doubles 15s we've seen. No Korean doubles team to see it done this time, but here's a great shot of the gate opening and that reaction time that you see that's so important for the second leg in the mixed competition.
Yeah, and it's such, you just have to be ready to pull, and sometimes, you know, you pull too early, but for the doubles, they've been doing a really good job.
So looking like someone's going to have to invest in some new FIL stickers for the touchpad, as the teams are intent on destroying them through those incredibly heavy contacts with the touchpad as we come to the United States of America now. And this is Zach Di Gregorio and Sean Hollander, and they're going to be racing with Siobhan Forgan and Sophia Kirk.
This is a mixed doubles team that I love watching them slide. They look like they have fun on the sled, which is super, super crucial to keep, you keep the spirits up. They train really hard, but they love sliding, and you can tell.
So Di Gregorio and Hollander get us going for Team USA. Yeah, as you say, fit guys. They work incredibly hard in the off-season, these two. They've got that beautiful facility in Lake Placid that we were talking about that's got to improve their starts, and that's got to make you want to go training every day when you've got a facility like that in your back garden.
Yeah, they dedicate everything. These guys are, in the start house all the time. They live in Lake Placid. I believe they're both still living in Lake Placid. So this is, they give it their all, and you can tell.
Beautiful exit from 9 there from the US team. They're back by 1/4 of a second behind Latvia. They're going to have to do something special here, and they do. That's a great 15 from Di Gregorio. Hollander crossing the finish line, but now comes the tricky part of the touchpad, releasing Forgan and Kirkby through the gates.
4/10 behind Bots and Pluma. I'm not super sure where that time came, but Bots and Pluma were pretty perfect, and they found all those extra little speed boosters, as I call them. And now Siobhan and Sophie, they're putting down a nice clean run. These girls, they know how to slide. So let's see how they come out through 9. Nice and straight line through 9.
And they looked like they had more time than everybody else. You see it's a little early on there, though, onto 13, but still getting it back. I find these girls look like they have more time than the others. I don't know. When you see a sport done well, it looks like an athlete has more time. And I feel like Forgan Kirkby just look like they really have this dialed. Great sliding from the USA, but enough to put them into bronze medal position at this point, back by about 1/4 of a second.
Yeah, we have 3 more mixed doubles to go. So they're going to be hoping to get on that podium. They're in that currently, there's 3 more to go. They're in my bad. They're in second place, so they're going to want to go up 2 more spots.
USA actually dropping to 3rd on that run. So we're going to be, they're going to have their work cut out to make a podium, but still, I thought that exit from 9 from Di Gregorio Hollander was absolutely first class.
Yeah, they both had nice, clean, straight runs.
There we see Siobhan and Sophie just hanging up on the end of 12. That's been really tricky for a lot of our doubles teams as well, is just hanging on to the exit of 12, which just throws you early to 13, which makes it very, very challenging in the bottom section of the track. But there's our leaders, Latvia 1, followed by Italy, and in 3rd place currently, the United States of America, as a very determined-looking Diana Eitberger looks to ruin the party as Germany 2 come to the fore, and it's I always find it quite strange calling it Germany 2 when you have the Tobies as your men's doubles team.
And the Tobies were gold Olympic medal winners in this track. So they, you know, they're fighting for that feeling. They know they can be the best here, and they know how to slide in this track. Now we just have to see them put down a typical Tobies run.
Yes, Wendell are the proud owners of 6 Olympic medals. Well, I guess it should be 12, shouldn't it? Because they get 1 each. But having won the team competition and the doubles 3 consecutive Olympics. Germany 2 in the track, and as expected, straight into the green.
Yeah, there was no doubt with that. The Tobies are, you know, they're luge legends. Let's see how they nail it out of 9. It's a little uncomfortable, but didn't hit any walls, didn't do any skidding.
Still hanging up on that exit of 12, but getting away with it as we see them extend their lead by 700ths of a second over Latvia.
Looks like a bit of skidding into corner 15.
Crossing the finish line now, have to hit the touchpad, and they do. And Diana Eitberger and Magdalena Matschina go into the track with Germany 2 still in the green, chasing down Latvia 1.
Yeah, and Diana, another athlete who has a medal in this track, but in singles. She made the switch to doubles, and now she has a new doubles partner. So she is doing absolutely amazing, considering the fact this is their first season together. So they're still in the green. Let's see how they come out of 9.
Only 15 thousandths of a second in it, so they have to be absolutely faultless through the bottom section of this track.
And oh, that was a little tap, but nothing too bad, nothing that Diana doesn't know how to fix.
They've extended that lead to 22 thousandths.
And they're coming up to the pad. It's all going to come down to this.
Hitting the pad and across the finish line with a commanding lead of almost a tenth of a second, 800ths. That is Germany 2 into the lead. Great sliding from Eitberg and Matschina. They really found some speed in the bottom of the track from absolutely nowhere. And Tobias Wendell there looking incredibly proud of his teammates, as he should, because that was just great mixed team racing from Team Germany 2.
Yeah, that was great from both of them. I'm in awe of Diana to go from being an Olympic medal winner in singles to now crushing it in doubles, which is a completely different sport. Even though it looks the same, they say it's completely different. She is spectacular.
She really is, and also having the time to start a family and the little spare time that she probably has.
Yeah, she has the most adorable little boy. So she figured out a way to do it all.
There we go. Germany 2 in first place, Latvia 1 in second, and Team Italy in third. So 2 sleds to go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Team Austria about to take to the start. And, well, the men of the moment, Thomas Stoy and Wolfgang Kindl, having an incredible race yesterday, getting gold in the doubles event, and then Wolfie Kindl being only the fourth man in history to win a gold medal in the same weekend. Well, within about 2 hours, when he won the men's singles as well.
That is spectacular.
You've really got to love doing luge if you're going to do doubles and singles. I mean, it's a lot of time at the track. You do your doubles session, then you come back and maybe have a bite to eat, and then you're back up the track for another session.
Funny enough, in Whistler, I believe, he did both in the same session.
That's doubly impressive. But Austria right now dropping into the red behind that very competitive Germany 2 run time. But we're coming up to the 24 split. Let's see by how much. Not too much. We're only talking 800ths of a second, but a bit of a ropey exit from 9, but keeping it on track as Thomas Stoy working hard through there as we go from 13 to 14, very late to 14. A lot of height in the entrance.
Well, let's see if they do get the nice height out of 15. But not quite enough. We'll see when they hit the pad how far behind the Tobies they are.
Okay, so Selina Egel and Lara Kipp having their work cut out to catch up with Germany 2 here.
Arguably, they are such a competitive women's doubles team. Any race that they tackle, they come out on top. So if any doubles could do it, it would be them. But it's quite a lead they have to catch up on, especially when Diana and Magdalena had such a good run.
It is so close. These are the reigning world champions from last week in Whistler, Team Austria in the track, and doing everything they can to cut down that deficit with Germany too, and they've managed to. They're only back by 19 thousandths of a second. This could be an incredible comeback as they bring it into the green on the tricky uphill section into 16. Is this going to be victory for Team Austria? Moving into first place with only Germany 1 left to go. So that guarantees Austria a silver medal at worst. Wolfie Kindle looking pretty happy. It's now all down to Germany waiting at the top of the track to see if they can, well, I would say if Team Austria win a gold medal here, I think Wolfgang Kindl will be the first man in history to win 3 gold medals in a weekend, but we'll see. I'll have to speak to the official FIL historians about that as we see them come out of 9 there with top man Stoy doing so much work to keep the sled on track.
These girls were on absolute fire. Not only did they catch up, but they also gave them a lead of 12 hundredths, I believe. These I don't know how they do it, but Selena and Lara, they just find the speed anywhere they go.
Yeah, that was an impressive afterburner down the last 5 curves of the track. I thought they were dropping back, and then it just came out of nowhere. As we see, Germany won with yesterday's victorious Jessica Degenhardt, Cheyenne Rosenthal, and also Tony Eggert and Florian Muller.
Yeah, they're just gonna try to both put down clean runs. Let's see how they do. It's gonna be tight for sure.
So Germany 1, currently number 2 in the rankings, just back from their compatriots of Germany 2 by 14 points. So this is all to play for.
Let's see, they pulled the start. We don't get a time until about 24 seconds, so, you know, we don't really know too much, but they're already in the green. Now Tony and
Florian.
Tony and Florian, yes, they're both. They're such strong guys, so I'm not surprised their start was in the green.
So here we go with curve 9, and as expected, great sliding.
Tony knows this track. He was here in the Olympics. He got a 3rd place medal. So he's just trying to replicate that. But, you know, he's aiming for the top, of course. He's always hungry for the win. He's having a really clean run. Let's see at the pad how much he's giving the girls to work with.
Throwing down a marker there. That is a massive chunk of time. Almost a quarter of a second for Germany 1 ahead of Austria at this point. But now Jessica Degenhardt and Cheyenne Rosenthal, they really have to execute.
Yeah, Lara and Selena were pretty perfect, so Jessie and Cheyenne are just gonna have to repeat their run from yesterday.
And they're looking good now, staying in the green. Let's see where we are. Yes, it's absolutely standard. They're over a quarter of a second in the lead, ahead of Austria.
As they come out straight, let's see this entrance. That's a pretty nice entrance. We'll have to see how they come out of 15. It's going to be the tell-all.
So Germany 1 coming out of 15, getting across to 16. This is going to be tight with Austria, but I think they've done enough. She hits the touchpad, crossing the finish line. Germany 1 into first place, winning this final mixed doubles competition. That is the team of Germany 1 of Tony Eggert, Florian Müller, Jessica Degenhardt and Cheyenne Rosenthal claiming victory here in PyeongChang. What a race.
And by 0.2 of a second. That is, they're in a league of their own right now.
So I haven't done the mathematics yet, ladies and gentlemen, but I believe that gives Germany 1 the overall, but I'm going off a piece of paper here, so we'll know very shortly when it pops up on the screen, but wonderful sliding there from Eggert and Müller. Just letting the sled run and showing all that experience as we see Degenhardt here coming out as well. Again, very experienced doubles pairing.
Same as Jessie and Cheyenne. All 4 of those athletes they were in the zone.
And a solid contact with the touchpad, happy coaches, and just a great advert for our sport as Germany 1 take the win here in PyeongChang. So there we have it. Germany 1 in first place, Austria in second, Germany 2 in third. and Latvia won in 4th. Almost going to script with the overall standings, but I think Germany won, just going to be leapfrogging past Germany 2 in the overall standings to take the win. As we see the final results here, Germany 1, Austria, Germany 2, and then Latvia, Italy, United States in 6th, Latvia 2 in 7th, Ukraine in 8th, and Romania just taking that big hit and in 9th place, well, as a DNF. So, wonderful racing here in the mixed doubles. We're also going to be coming up with the mixed singles quite shortly. And the mixed singles is promising to be a wonderful race as we see 16 teams in the mixed singles, but let's put the spotlight back on who deserves it, and that is our mixed doubles team in the winner's circle, congratulating one another.
It's lovely to see everyone just so excited for each other, and I love seeing Tony up there on that first place podium. He's been working so hard for it, all these athletes have, and they just crushed it. Their run today from the start to the finish was great.
And there's Dwight Bell of the USA, Secretary General of the FIL, presenting the trinkets to the athletes. Well, they're not actually trinkets, are they? The plush toys. And I've got to say, I mean, Tony Eggert takes a year off to do a bit of coaching and then comes back and starts winning medals again. I mean, that is absolute class.
And comes back with a different doubles partner than he's used to.
Yeah, exactly. A different doubles partner to who he pretty much spent most of his sliding life with. I mean, it's such a partnership on a double sled, and they are just going from strength to strength, this team. And I think this makes the doubles race in Milan Cortina such an incredible proposition. I mean, that is going to be in itself.
Yeah, it's going to be a great race to watch. And we see Tony with a new doubles partner, Diana's with a new doubles partner, yet they're both on the podium. Just goes to show the German team, partner them up with whoever they want, and they'll bring you home the medals.
Yep, it's in the blood, definitely, I think. Whatever's in the water there, it's very effective at making you very fast on loose sleds. 2 German teams on the podium, Austria in 2nd place, and just fantastic racing. I hope we're going to see the overall standings very shortly. As we do, and Germany won, winning the overall Mixed Doubles World Cup. Congratulations to them. Germany 2 in silver medal position in the overall, and Austria in 3rd. But it's Germany 1 that get that golden crystal globe to join, I assume, many others on their mantelpiece back home.
Yeah, I'd love to know the statistics, but
yeah, I'm sure there's more than one, though.
they need a storage unit for sure.
Yeah, if you've got more than one, then you're officially a collector. So there we see our winner's circle. We are going to be coming back very soon with the mixed singles, and that in itself with the mixed team that we were talking about earlier of Australia and Switzerland. This is a great addition to the sport.
I'm intrigued to see. It's gotten quite a bit later. It's gotten quite a bit colder, to see how the girls deal with it. But here's the globe.
Here is the globe, and look what it means to them. This is fantastic. Team Germany won, overtaking their countrymen and women and winning that coveted Golden Globe. First in the world in the mixed race. I mean, what a great series this has been. What a fantastic addition to the sport of luge. I mean, it makes it exciting for the spectators, doesn't it, with that touchpad?
Yeah, I love that this has come in. It gives a lot more teams the opportunities to just keep racing and get more runs, and putting 2 doubles teams together, it's thrilling.
It really is. It's an all-action format. We saw more globes to be handed out there, but we are going to be coming back, as we said, very shortly. We're going to be coming back at 9:15 local time. That is going to be when we send the first sled in the mixed singles, and that's going to be China 2, the team of Jing Li and Huilan Hu. But let's go back to this fantastic performance this evening.
Yeah, sometimes I find, you might say that it looks like they were correcting and they were kind of fighting a little bit more on the sled, But, you know, maybe they just set up their sled to be so fast that, you know, it's not always the cleanest run that's going to be the fastest.
This is true. It's we always say there's no points for style in luge. We'd get very different winners if there were. Sometimes these messy looking runs can just be quick.
Yeah, they're risking it all, and I mean, it paid off.
Really did. Happy coaches, happy teammates, ladies and gentlemen. So we have more for you coming up. Just looking at the times, but the mixed singles event is one you do not want to mix. It's incredibly tight again at the top there. It's just promising to be an absolutely fantastic finale for this 8th EBERSPÄCHER Luge World Cup, presented by Skechers.
You can see it's gotten quite dark out there. We started and it was daytime, and now they're knocking on the night.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this does to the ice temperature for the mixed singles. I mean, we've seen the ice temperature drop. We've seen the track get more challenging as the night's closed in.
Guys, congratulations on winning this World Cup and also the overall World Cup. How do you feel on dominating this first mixed championship?
It's great. I think it was our best run for these guys as well, I think. So we can be quite happy about this race today and leave with a smile on our faces to China next week.
So as we see there, our victorious Germany 1 team sharing their thoughts, and I'm guessing even though winning's a habit for this team, it never gets old.
Yeah, there's nothing like winning a medal. It doesn't matter if it's your first or your 100th. It's just such an amazing feeling. And here we see the replay. I love watching all the highlights through the week. You see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
And there's definitely been action down the Dragon's Tail. But such a great weekend of racing, and so unfamiliar to so many of these teams.
And that was the end of the mixed doubles for the season.
Yeah, and looking forward to see this as hopefully an Olympic edition in the future as well. That would be wonderful to see, maybe in 2030. That would be an incredible step forward for our sport. And I think for the once every 4-year viewers, the mixed event is just a fantastic thing to offer our viewership.
It's more exciting, and it's more racing. Who doesn't want more racing?
So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up at 21:15 local time, we've got the mixed singles. I've been Mark Hatton. I've had Veronica Ravenna with me of Team Argentina. We're going to be coming back in just a few short minutes with the mixed singles. Don't go anywhere. Get yourself a refreshment, and we'll see you back here for more mixed luge racing.